Thanks for tuning in to our weekly timeout. This is a Radical Difference, and I'm Texas. Wow, things are so crazy right now, but we have to make the choices that we need to make to do what's right for us individually. And that comes down to asking ourselves the right questions. Um, are you asking yourself the right question? The right question is not what do they need to do and what should happen here and who should I vote for, and those aren't really the questions that we need to be asking ourselves. I think in every situation, one of the most important questions for us to ask ourselves is, what is God doing in this? What is God up to? Because he uses every circumstance for our benefit. He's told us that. We know that. You can review the history of your life, and you definitely will see that God used crazy circumstances to help you become who you are, or to use it to minister to somebody else, or to, whatever, for a good cause. And so, although everything that happens, I don't believe that God said, oh, I'm going to make this happen. A lot of things that go on have to do with our personal choices, or our choices as a country, or our choices as a culture. There's no doubt about that. And that is not what God would have chosen, but he will use it. He will definitely use it. And so we got to be asking ourselves the right questions. Are we listening to the right source? Is what we're feeling, or what's going on around us, based on fear, are based on things that aren't produced from God? Because if I'm so consumed with worrying about stuff, worrying about if my children are going to be wealthy, or worrying about if my children are going to get the right boyfriend, or whatever it is, worrying, that's not the right source. We're not going to the right source to get the answer if it's motivated by fear or anxiety or worry. So it's pretty easy to tell if we're asking ourselves the right questions based on what produced that question. If the way to find out the right answer is to ask the right question with the right attitude. And it's, what are you doing, God? What would you have me do in this situation that would be pleasing to you, that would make me a better person, that would help me see things differently? There's lots and lots of negativity that's going on now, and that will always be going on, regardless of the health scare, or who we elect for president, or what happens with any of the stuff. And I'm not saying this is totally political. I have no idea what it is, no clue, and neither does anybody else, if they're honest. But what I do know is that God is using it to do something in his people, if we'll let him. So get quiet. Get still. Ask God what he would have you do in the circumstance you're dealing with today. Maybe you're locked in the house with your 70-year-old mother who keeps telling you the same stories about her childhood, and you're like, really? I'm tired of hearing this. I got to get out of here. But your mom needs you to, part of what she's telling you, God is going to use to help you later on in life make some different decisions, or understand your heritage, or your upbringing, or where you came from, or some kind of spiritual soul tie or generational sin that's taken place in your life. But you're not listening to the story because you've heard it. You've got to listen with different ears. We got to ask ourselves the right question, which is, what are you doing, God, and how can I get involved in it? I hope you guys have a fantastic week. See you next week.